all the places your cat could choose to follow you, the bathroom is the one that puzzles people the most. It is not the kitchen where food happens. It is not the bedroom where warmth and rest make obvious sense. It is the bathroom, a small, often cold, acoustically hard room with nothing in it that would seem to offer a cat any particular appeal. And yet, reliably, consistently, sometimes every single time, your cat is there. Sitting on the bath mat while you shower, watching you from the edge of the sink, pawing at the door if you had the audacity to close it. Most people find this endearing and slightly baffling and leave it at that. But the bathroom-following behavior is one of the most psychologically revealing things your cat does. And the reason behind it has almost nothing to do with the bathroom itself. Hello friends, I want to thank everyone who watches this video and supports the channel. Every like, every comment, and every share means more than you think for me and for my dreams. Without delay, let's begin. To understand why your cat follows you to the bathroom, you first need to understand something about how cats experience the movement of their attachment figures through space. Cats are not passive residents of their homes. They are active social monitors, continuously tracking the location and behavioral state of the individuals who matter most to them. When you move from one room to another, your cat does not simply register your absence from the previous space and continue about their business. They update their internal map of where you are, and depending on the nature of their attachment to you and their current emotional state, that update may or may not trigger a following response. The fact that your cat follows you to the bathroom specifically, rather than simply noting your departure and remaining where they were, tells you something important about how central your presence is to their moment-to-moment sense of environmental stability. The bathroom presents a particular social challenge for a cat with a strong attachment bond, and this is where the psychology becomes genuinely interesting. In most rooms of the house, a cat that chooses not to follow you can still maintain some degree of sensory contact with you. They can hear your footsteps, your voice, the ambient sounds of your activity. They can, if they choose to, position themselves somewhere with a sightline to your location. The bathroom, especially with the door closed, removes all of that. The door creates a sensory barrier that is more complete than almost any other in the domestic environment. Sound is muffled, scent dispersal is altered, visual access is eliminated entirely. For a cat whose sense of security is organized around knowing where you are and what you are doing, a closed bathroom door is not just an inconvenience. It is an informational gap, a sudden and total loss of the sensory data stream that tells them you are present, safe, and behaving as expected. Research into feline attachment behavior has consistently shown that cats with secure bonds to their owners display a specific pattern of location monitoring behavior, tracking their owner's movements throughout the home and showing mild but measurable signs of altered behavioral state when their owner is inaccessible. This is not the dramatic separation distress that some dogs display. It is quieter, more contained, and easy to miss if you are not watching carefully. But it is real, and it reflects something genuine about the way cats experience the presence and absence of their attachment figures. The cat that paws at the bathroom door is not performing neediness. They are expressing a genuine perceptual gap that their social system is registering as worth resolving. Here is the insight that tends to reframe the behavior most completely for people when they first encounter it. Your cat is not following you to the bathroom because something interesting is happening there. They are following you to the bathroom because something important is happening there. The bathroom is simply the destination that, from your cat's perspective, happens to be where you went. If you walked into a closet and stayed there for 10 minutes, many cats would follow you there too, or at least sit outside the door with the same focused attention. The space is incidental. The person is the point. What your cat is tracking is not the bathroom but the movement of the individual whose presence constitutes the emotional anchor of their daily life. Consider a specific version of this that many cat owners will recognize. You are sitting on the couch on a quiet evening, and your cat is settled nearby, relaxed and apparently content. You get up to use the bathroom. In some cases, your cat does not move at all. They remain on the couch, apparently unbothered. But in other cases, they are on their feet before you have fully stood up, following you down the hall, appearing in the doorway within seconds of your arrival. What determines which response occurs? Often, it is the cat's current state of social attunement. In moments when the cat is deeply settled and internally regulated, your departure may not trigger the following response because their nervous system is comfortable enough to sustain a brief sensory gap. In moments when they are more socially activated, when they are already oriented toward you and engaged with your presence, The same movement to the bathroom triggers an immediate following response. The difference is not in how much they love you, it is in how attuned they are to you in that specific moment. There is a territorial dimension to the bathroom behavior that adds another meaningful layer most people never consider. Cats engage in what behavioral researchers call social facilitation of behavior. The tendency to perform certain actions in the presence of a bonded companion that they might not perform alone or would perform differently. This dynamic extends to the bathroom for a reason that is, when you think about it, entirely logical within feline social cognition. In feline social groups, shared use of space, including spaces associated with vulnerability such as feeding areas and resting locations, is a marker of trust and social acceptance. The bathroom, from your cat's perspective, is a space where you engage in behaviors that carry a high degree of biological signal. Scent is concentrated there. The sounds and behaviors that occur in that space are informationally rich in ways that matter deeply to an olfactory and socially oriented animal. Your cat's presence in the bathroom is, in part, a form of social participation in a space that their sensory system identifies as significant. This connects to something about the specific behavior cats display once they are actually in the bathroom with you. Most cats do not simply enter and then settle passively. They explore. They sniff surfaces with particular attention. They often jump to elevated positions like the edge of the sink or the back of the toilet, which places them at a height that allows both better visual access to you and better olfactory sampling of the space. What looks like curiosity is also sensory investigation, a process of integrating new and concentrated scent information into their ongoing environmental map. The bathroom is one of the most informationally dense spaces in the house from an olfactory perspective, and a cat allowed access to it is a cat that is actively enriching the detail of the environmental model they maintain. You just happen to be the reason the door opened. The attachment significance of the bathroom following behavior becomes clearest when you consider what it reveals about your cat's specific experience of your daily routine. Cats, as we have explored in other contexts, are extraordinarily attuned to patterns and sequences of behavior. Your bathroom visits occur at recognizable points in your routine: morning preparation, before bed, at various intervals throughout the day. A cat that follows you consistently to the bathroom has integrated those visits into their social monitoring routine. They are not following you every time because every time is equally significant to them. They are following you because your bathroom visits have become, over time, reliable anchor points in the daily sequence of your shared life. Moments when your location becomes briefly concentrated and predictable in a specific and familiar way. The following is a behavioral expression of how thoroughly your cat has woven the rhythms of your daily life into the fabric of their own. There is something that many cat owners have noticed but rarely articulate, which is that the bathroom, despite being small and not particularly comfortable, is one of the places where some of the most relaxed and genuine cat-human interactions occur. The cat on the bath mat while you shower, the cat sitting on the edge of the sink, watching you brush your teeth, the cat curled on the laundry while you get ready in the morning. These moments have a particular quality to them, an intimacy that does not require either party to perform or engage in any deliberate way. You are occupied with something else entirely. Your cat is simply there. And in that configuration, both of you are present with each other without any of the social dynamics that sometimes make direct interaction feel loaded. The bathroom following strips everything back to its most basic form. Two creatures that have chosen each other, sharing a small space, comfortable enough in each other's presence that neither one needs the moment to be anything other than what it is. And perhaps that is the most honest thing that can be said about why your cat follows you to the bathroom. It is not about the bathroom. It is not about curiosity or boredom or a desire to be fed. It is about the fact that when you move, something in them moves with you. Not every time, not under every circumstance, but enough that you have noticed. Enough that it has become part of the texture of your shared life together. They follow you because wherever you are going, they would rather be there too. And a closed door has never felt, to a cat who loves you, like a convincing reason to stay behind. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to help me achieve my life dream. Because at the end of the day, my friend, we both love cats. And goodbye.